Okay, so I know this video has a pretty extreme title because, well, obviously, in this video, a YouTube employee basically has come forth about a secret HTML thing that pretty much essentially determines how successful your channel is. This is just a basic HTML of YouTube, so basically a code simply in YouTube's website, which basically single-handedly controls how many subscribers you get, how many views you get, and stuff like that. And essentially, this has just only been recently, like, brought up into the public eye. Like, before only, like, a couple of, like, weeks ago, no one even knew about this. And since I happen to know someone who works for YouTube, I happen to come in contact with him and ask him some questions about this, because this is actually pretty mind-blowing how no one really knows about this. So basically, a couple weeks ago, or about a month ago, a couple YouTubers did some research on YouTube and the algorithm, basically looking into how it works, and they figured out something called a P-score, which is basically, in a nutshell, the way that YouTube determines how successful your channel is going to be. Basically, how good your videos are and whatnot, and this is something that's determined from the day you start your YouTube channel. So it's basically like your fate is sealed from the time you start a YouTube channel, whether or not you're going to be successful or not. Not really many people know about this. This is like really groundbreaking information that I want to give to more people. So I decided to contact someone who I personally knew who works for YouTube, Google more specifically, but he works on YouTube's video section, so he basically manages all of that. For all of you people who are here, subscribed to the channel, you would know that when I got hacked only a couple weeks ago, who helped me get through that. And if you're not subscribed, obviously, you have to go ahead and do that, because how else are you supposed to get 10 years of good luck, man? You're missing out. That also comes with a free Lamborghini. I'll mail that to you coming up next week, so just stay tuned for that. If there's anyone who's going to know about this more in depth, it's going to be him. And I'm not going to lie, when I first contacted him, I thought he wasn't going to be able to say anything, because, you know, at the end of the day, this is a YouTube employee. They're supposed to, like, be secretive, I guess you would say, you know, if they want to keep their job. But surprisingly, he was pretty straightforward on what all of this was. Pretty much gave away some pretty bombshell information, and this shows just how the YouTube algorithm works. I'm going to keep this as confidential as possible. I'm not going to give out his personal information, obviously. I decided to go and text him and ask him simply what the P-score was all about. And when we first started out, he said that he was pretty much 100% okay with talking about it, even though that this was secret. Right when the P-score was basically exposed by a couple of YouTubers only about a month ago, YouTube instantly deleted it from the code. You can no longer see it. Before, you could literally just do right-click, inspect element, and see the channel's P-score, basically how well the channel was rated by YouTube. Now you can't see it within like an hour of it being exposed. So clearly, everyone thought YouTube was being very secretive about this. But he straight up said that this information was not secret at all, it was just being covered up. So basically, I asked him if he could provide any information, and I was also asking if he would be okay if I would use this in a video, obviously. Basically, I asked him, could you explain exactly what a P-score is? Because even though this was exposed, not really anyone knows exactly what it is. So I'm gonna read basically verbatim what he said, because I feel like this is actually pretty important. Like I said, this determines the growth of your channel, PewDiePie's channel, MrBeast's channel, frickin' Fred's channel from like 12 years ago, my channel. This is determining everything about YouTube and its algorithm and what gets popular on it. So a couple years back, Google went through a total overhaul of the YouTube algorithm, effectively making it more efficient by introducing a credit rating type system, which would go and rate channels off of different factors. This info would be used to determine ad rates on said videos and channels. Essentially, the higher the channel's score, the more the algorithm would favor. Most scores were hidden from the public eye to prevent manipulation, but obviously now that the gig's up, so from what I know, a board meeting was held at Google, of which involved a new seclusion of the P-score, and is no longer accessible through the HTML script of YouTube. Although, I do not know where the data is kept now. That's beyond my pay grade. So what this is basically saying is that Google's whole algorithm on YouTube, the way it works, was revealed for a very quick amount of time, for like an hour, and then they basically had a board meeting, basically talking with possibly the highest people in YouTube, most likely the CEO, maybe Mark Zuckerberg, maybe Donald Trump, I don't even know, the Illuminati, and they pretty much decided to now make this 100% confidential again. So 100% this has been wiped from the table. You are no longer able to see P-scores. The one thing, the closest time we've ever gotten to understanding the YouTube algorithm, wiped within an hour of it being exposed. So he went on to say that it's more so based off of brand suitability, and also what it means is the higher the score is, the more ads and viewers. The higher your score goes, the higher you are rated by YouTube, the more ads and viewers you get. And this is all basically based off of literally nothing but like a 3-digit number, like from 100 to 1,000. This is stuff that YouTube's never told us at all, ever. How do you get a higher score? Because obviously you can't even know what your score is, but I mean, at the very least, could you try to make it higher? And he pretty much told me that you can't. It's all predetermined. It's based off of monetization, channel performance, and watch time, and sub count, engagement, and all that other stuff. So basically, unless you just grow faster on your own without the help of a P-score, which is how you grow to begin with, you can't raise your P-score. So it's like, wait, what? Essentially, he wrapped it up by saying the whole point of the P-score was collateral damage from the so-called adpocalypse from 2017 to 2018. From what I can tell, they made the P-score happen to prevent the apocalypse from happening again. I mean, for like the first 12 years of YouTube, no one knew about this, and now this is all of a sudden a thing. This has been held so secretly that not even YouTube employees, this is a pretty high up YouTube employee, this is the content manager of YouTube, is gonna know this. I mean, YouTube's keeping this quite a big secret. In my opinion, it would make more sense if they made this public so we can know how to be more successful, therefore benefit YouTube and ourselves at the same time, but I guess that just makes too much sense to YouTube. So that is the P-score. That is the HTML element that basically controls your success. It could be anywhere from 500 to 1,000, maybe if it's super low, it's like 300. Just as a sneak preview from the actual thing, the investigation that some YouTubers did about this back then, about a month ago. The highest rated ones were late night TV shows and celebrities. So basically, celebrities automatically get a higher chance of getting successful on YouTube, even though they're already successful. Now, I had to share this with you because if I didn't, I'd feel like, you know, you're kind of missing out on the most important information that you could have if you're trying to make a career off YouTube. Maybe in the future we can get more information about this. I'm probably not, but I mean, let's just be real. It's YouTube. I don't really know. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Until I have more information, I'll have to see you guys later. Goodbye.